Come on. So we're literally going to get going in 1 minute's time. Just have a space on the floor. Be comfy on your mats if you have resistance bands or a pair of tights. Or a longer towel, something just to hook over your foot when we're increasing our stretches. Perfect. Oh, on that. 30 seconds and we're off. Good. All right then. Let's mobilise and stretch. Hey lads, how do you say hey, Nick? Perfect stuff. So yes, it's stretching and mobility today. So we're going to start off down the floor and work our way up as we get there. So onto the floor. Right. I'm just going to, if there's just on the hip class again, we're going to be cooling you down gradually, bit by bit. And just going to sleep for half an hour and then we'll be great.
All you need now is Tom Hardy to read you a nice bedtime story. Hello, my name's Tom Hardy. Nighty-night, children.
Perfect. Right, so lying on the floor, we'll work through all our joints. Have your hands out to the side. Can you actually see me? I'm a little blending into the background. You have your film that further down, don't you? Yeah. A bit better? Cool, yeah, right. So have your feet together so your knees and ankles are touching. Looks like your ankle socks on. Have your hands out to the side. We're just going to rock our hips. We're not going too far just yet, and we're not overly engaging our core. We're doing the Pilates stretch, but we're just loosening up our hips and rocking side to side. And we're going to increase that range. Swinging side to side, loosening off our pelvis. Good. So we're going to do 4 more. Start increasing that range. That's 4 more pairs. That's 1. Bigger range. 2. 3. Last one. I'm going to stay. It's my 4th pair. Now I'm going to my right hand side, which is where I started. Take my legs all the way over. And I'm going to stay there. So my legs have gone off to the right. My ankles and knees are still stacked. I'm going to take my head to the left to help on that stretch. Now think about engaging your core. Still think how about those different oblique muscles are joining in. 5 more seconds and we're going to change sides. 3, 2, 1. Super. Back to center. So have a realignment. Make sure you're all having your feet directed at the end of your I know your feet are at the end of your legs, but you could be off center. Centralize yourself. And let's go up to our left hand side. So again, keeping your knees, hips and ankles stacked. Your right, if you're even to your left, keep your right shoulder down and look to your right. Cores engaged. Enjoy that stretch. Perfect. Legs back to center. Draw them both legs in and lift your hips in, flatten your lower back. And just stay for a moment holding your legs. Think about how your lower back feels against the mat and the back of your pelvis. You can have your legs wider. They don't have to have your legs together. So you can still be sitting inside your pelvic girdle with your legs in, but your back and the back of your pelvis is pinned onto that mat. Lovely. Put your left leg down for a minute, extend your right. So we're going to keep a slight flex in the knee. Then we're going to work on our hamstring stretch. So things I don't want to see are you bending your legs so much you can get your leg in closer. That's not going to be beneficial. Your legs are locked out. Don't want that. Just again, a nice soft knee. Think about pushing your pelvis into the mat and your lower back as you're pulling your leg forward. No bands at the moment. And feel the stretch coming down the middle of your hamstrings. So think about you're trying to pull your leg apart and push your hips back down, creating that resistance. Okay? Right, let's go for flexing and pointing with the toe whilst we're here. Flex and point, nice and slow and steady. And do 5 of these. So I have 2 more. Up and down. So again, keep thinking about the back of the pelvis is staying pinned. Good job. Take the leg back down to the floor. And let's change them over. So left leg up. Think about your lower back and back of your pelvis, staying in contact with the mat. Our knee is soft. We're drawing our leg in. Again, so it's not because we're bending it to get it all the way in, not interested. Flexing that knee so your knees are locked out and draw the leg in, keeping your pelvis on the floor. Hopefully you feel the difference of the stretch when you're not pushing your pelvis in. Let's go for our 5 pairs of flex and point with our toe. Again, don't rush it. So what you've got to think about is in your tibialis anterior, where your shin splints are. Hope you haven't got shin splints, but if you did get them, that's where you'd feel them, in your tibialis anterior and in your calves at the back. Got 2 more pairs. All the way up, big old flex. Still think about your hamstring stretch, drawing your leg in. Last pair. Perfect. Take your left leg down. Now we're going to take our right leg again and bend him so your right ankle is on your left knee. Really focus on keeping that pelvis pinned into the floor and push out your right knee. Release the push and reach through. So your right hand is going in between your legs, your left out to the side, and draw your left leg up and in. Again, think about your lower back and the back of your pelvis in contact with that mat. Forcibly think about pushing it down and you'll feel the stretch increase. Try and keep your head and shoulders on the mat. And let the weight of your legs help that stretch. Lovely. Good job, change them over. So left leg up in the air, flex at the knee and put your left ankle on your right knee. Lower back and pelvis pinned into the mat and push out your left knee. And we don't want your pelvis twisting up. Keep it flat and push out. So you're feeling it all in your groin. Release the push. Put your left hand between the 2 legs and draw in your right. And think about pushing the back of your pelvis into the mat and keeping your lower back flat and your head and shoulders on the floor. Try and rest into it. Perfect stuff. Okay, release your legs. We're going to do our quad stretch. So we're going to do it on our sides or on your tummy. So Becky, obviously, if you do yours on the side, or have a go on the side if you wish. So your bottom leg is flexed as a bit more stability. We're going to bend our top leg up. So our heel is coming towards our bum. Keep your core in tight and increase the stretch. Push your hips further forward, not your thigh. Draw your thigh back and push your hips forward. So again, our legs aren't up here. So in line as we would do with our Pilates movement, in line with our body. So core's tight, still have an active waist, and stretch that quad, front of the legs. Perfect. Release him. Spin around to the other side. I'm going to be extra lazy. I'm not going to spin around. I'm just going to do my bottom leg. Okay, so yeah, we can roll up onto the other side. Stretch that bottom quad. Perfect. Release. Brilliant stuff. Okie dokie. Right. Grab your tights, towel, resistance band, whatever you've got. We're going back to our right leg. So pop it over your toe. So if you've got a towel, you can just hold the sides of the towel. What I'd like to do is take a nice deep breath in, engage your core, pin your back of your lower back into the mat and the back of your pelvis. Keep that knee soft and draw the leg further in. But still keep thinking about pushing your bum and your back of your pelvis into the mat. So we're going to hold this for about 10 seconds. You should feel the stretch, but not pain. Drawing that leg a little bit further in. So don't really flex in the leg. It's a case of keeping that nice soft flex in the knee and drawing them in. Perfect, little rest. Right, put your towel band over all in one hand. And what I'd like to do now is keep your core tight. Allow your leg out to the side. So whichever arm you find more comfortable to hold. Stability-wise, I'd probably say if your right leg is up, hold it with your left hand. So you put your right hand out to the side. Point of balance. Core's tight, keep that pelvis flat and open out that leg. Let it drop out, holding it with your band. Does that make sense? Think about your pelvis, keeping down. So you should start feeling the stretch. It's going to come in all the way from behind your knee and the calves all the way up into your groin. Okay? So just get back into position. We're going to hold there for another 5 seconds. So try and relax the weight of your leg. You're supporting it with your hand in the band or your towel. Good job. Change sides. I'm going to have to spin around. Oops, so what fit in the furniture. So going for our left leg. So get your towel over the top. Put your left arm out for stability. Keep your core tight, pelvis flat, and bring out that left leg. Keep pushing that pelvis into the ground. We don't want our hips coming off. If I take my hips off, I can get round. It's not what we're looking for. So core tight, pin your pelvis, squeeze those glutes, and allow that leg to fall out to the side. So there's a lovely old stretch into your hamstrings, going behind the knee down to your calf potentially. Perfect. Drawing back in. Oh, so stretch-wise, you're probably hopefully feeling it just behind the knee, on the medial side, so towards the middle of your legs. That's because two of our hamstrings, the semimembranosus and semitendinosus, insert just at that part of the leg. So our bicep femoris, which goes to the side. So you're feeling different hamstrings stretching. That's why it's more likely pulling on the inside part of behind the knee. Hopefully. All good? Great. Right, so back to your floor. Not that you got up. Towel, band, tight, whatever you have. Roll your shoulders so we pin those shoulder blades into the mat. Your core is tight. There'll be a slight arch in your back. And let's take our arms up and overhead. So really think about keeping those shoulder blades nice and pinned into the floor. And there is a little arch in your back. Your core is tight and bring your arms up. So you're applying slight outward pressure on your towel. So even if your towel's not stretching, still be pulling against it. So you're creating that resistance, keeping those shoulder blades flat. And for 5 of these, so pushing up and stretching out. And think about those shoulder blades. You have a slight flex in your elbow. 2 more. Keep those cores tight. Shoulder blades pinned. A gentle pulling out of those bands. Perfect stuff. Great. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. Bring yourself up to a seated position. So draw your legs in. Have a little bit of a roll up. All feeling super. We're going to stretch out our sides and work our way into our upwards. Wind pops, excuse me. Right, so have your legs over as comfortable. If you've got the tighter hamstrings, you can have your knees slightly bent or sit on a block or a book. We're going to work out stretching out our sides. So plant your right hand, left arm up in the air. Again, you're stuck in between 2 planes of glass, so don't roll forward. Just stretch out the side. I sort of flex my elbow into my waist. And really feel the stretch coming all the way down to the sides. Perfect stuff. And back up. Plant your left, extend your right. And flex the elbow of your left hand into your waist. Keep you nice and tight. Perfect, back to center. Okay, let's roll our shoulders. So this is nice and slow and steady. Really focus on your shoulder blades and try to retract them like your wings. Don't rush it, you squeeze and pause at the back. 2 more. Last one. Good, good. So on that movement, you saw how I've over-exaggerated movements. So you're rolling your shoulders back and sticking your shoulder blades down. So you're really trying to get the whole range of that back and shoulders. Really, so think about your posture. By seat to the side. If you're a little bit this way, by sitting tall, setting them back and pushing your shoulder blades in, you're really going to help on the retraction of your shoulders and that general posture. Perfect. Right, shoulders, right arm in front. Let's take them across our body. So we'll keep that right arm straight. What I'd like to try and do is then sort of retract your arm. So keep your arm straight and you're pulling it back in its socket. So imagine I'm lying on the floor, doing my Pilates extension when I'm pulling forward. Then I drop my arms back. That is the motion I'd like us to do in our stretch. So far, so good. So arm out in front, where we're extending him from the socket, and then pull it back in. You'll feel the stretch in a different part of the shoulder. So we're going to hold in that retracted area, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, then pushing forwards and make the arm really long. You'll feel a different stretch in your shoulder blade, more at the back. And then we're going to draw them back one more time. So draw the arm back in, keeping the arm straight. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good job, little shake off. Let's change them over. Left arm out, take them across the body, keeping your arm straight. Extend them out, so making your arm a little bit longer. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pulling back in. So remember the Pilates move was sort of retracting our arm back. Keep them across the body. Good, good. And push them forward. So the more connectivity we have with our back, this becomes more mentally easier to do. It's great to have that control on the shoulder blades. And draw them back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So just have a little practice again. Have the 2 arms in front, standing tall. Take them forwards. My back hasn't changed the angles. And then drawing them, extending my arms, drawing them back. So I'm keeping them straight. I'm just loosening up those shoulder blades. Great for your back health, your upper back health. Good job. Triceps. Right arm up, bent in behind. Left arm is going to assist. So don't pull on your head. If you haven't got the flexibility just yet in your shoulders, you can have your hand underneath and push them back. Again, that is that we get our hand sort of touching our shoulder blades behind. Perfect. Shake them off, other way. Left arm up, bent in behind. Right arm assists. Perfect stuff. Okie dokie. Right, so for those, we're going to be doing a different sort of stretch next. If you've got any awkwardness in your knees or hips, then please don't do the exercise to stretch. Come just join us in a moment. Right, so can you see? I've got my right leg is bent. I'm taking my left leg behind. So my right heel is going near my bits and bobs. And I'm going to be lying out flat on the floor. So you can support your hands, yourself on your hands if you want to. If you have any strain in your knee or any uncomfortableness, please don't do the stretch. But we're going to be working all the inside of our right thigh down to the inner thigh of our left. The angle of your knee here is key. Again, but it all depends on your own personal physiology. You might be happy to have your leg further flat, but also it should plant that back toe. So keep everything nice and active, feeling the stretch to your groin, and particularly into the glute of your right bent leg. So core is tight, and healthy 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. So unravel yourself. That helps looking at your angles. Put your left leg in, spin your right leg around to the outside. Then my left heel's on my bits and bobs. I'm going to plant my right toe on my elbow so you can be out on your hands, depending on your flexibility in your hips. Keep your core tight. Sit into that. So you don't be coming forward, taking the stretch off your glutes, because you're trying to sit back as far as possible, but have an active leg at the back. Really opening out the hips. Don't forget your core. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Unravel yourself. Good job. Bit more hips. Soles of your feet together, sitting nice and tall. Think about your posture. Retract your shoulders. Put your thumbs between your feet and then open your feet out like a book. Come back a little bit, see it on the camera. So my feet are together, thumbs in the middle, open them up like a book. Changes the stretch. Sorry, quickly. Good job. Let's straighten our legs out and have our legs together. Let's have them nice and active so our feet are toes up to the ceiling, our heels are into the ground. Stand nice and tall, have your arms up so you're pushing yourself up and sort of curl yourself forward. And come around down to your toes. I don't mind how far forward you go, just think about the whole back position. So again from the side, starting up and just stretching forward. If your hamstrings are a little bit too tight, too uncomfortable, have a slight flex in your knee and work the stretch. Perfect. Okie dokie. Up to standing. So I hope this bit is feeling a lot more relaxed and open. So nice wide stance. We'll do our side lunges. We're again working on the inner thighs. Core's nice and tight. Stretch to the side. So we're going to do 4 pairs and I'm going to hold on our right. So you're feeling again that stretch down the inside of your thighs. So important doing the hip flexors. If they're tight, they can pull your pelvis out of alignment, which is going to put strain on your lower back. So it's good to keep them mobile. Okay, so this time I'm going to hold on my right hand side. So again, my hands are on my bent leg. Core is tight, hips are back, body is facing forward. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Up and change onto my left. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lovely stuff. Okay, right, upper body. Grab your tight spanned towel. We're going to have one arm up and just sort of gently retracting that arm. I don't want necessarily too much tension on the band, just a little bit. So if you've got something which doesn't flex, then it's also really pushing up against and getting the extra retention. Go for 5 more little pullbacks on that arm. If you want to go all the way forward in between each stretch, absolutely perfect. 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope that range feels better because we did the shoulder stretches earlier on. 8 of these. Squeeze back. 4 more. Perfect stuff. We'll do the next ones without because there's too much of a variation. So have a nice deep breath in, all the way up to the ceiling. So really think now at this point here, we're opening all the side of our arms, getting our arms out of our shoulder sockets. Think about how your ribs are feeling. Really push up. Have a little wriggle here now. So I want you to take you to the side. So you're going to feel a stretch, hopefully coming all the way down here. So push up to that ceiling, go to the side, feel the stretch coming in under the arms, and change. Keep pushing up, pushing away, opposing forces. And feeling how it feels in your waist. Twice more. 1, 2, perfect. And staying with the side so a little bit longer. Hands to the side, slide down. 4 of these, and I'm going to take an arm over. 1 more. Perfect. Arm up and over. Change. Arm up, over. 1 more time. Arm up and over. Last one. Perfect, perfect. Okay, to roll our shoulders back, grab your hands, squeeze your elbows together, stay tall. Staying in this position now, look to your left. Think about your traps though, don't let them rise up. Keep those feet depressed. Center to the right. And center, drop your chin. Keep squeezing the elbows together, look up. Perfect, release. A little shake out. Let's do our little curl down. So tuck your chin in. Go down through your neck bones, your ribs, into your lower back, keep your knees soft. Down and down and down. Have a little hang at this point. And wriggle. Let's curl ourselves back up, nice and steady. Roll, roll. 5 more, 5, 4. Think about the shoulder blades. 3, squeeze and push. 2, 1. Bigger arms coming forward. Important to make sure those ribs are nice and loose. Good job. Little shake, shaky, 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 shaky. And actually, you've done so just about 27 minutes of stretching. Good to work on those hamstrings and your ranges of motion. Short and sweet, enjoy your stretches. We've got over 50s tomorrow. Perfect. So any questions, send them over. Still sweating buckets from Joanne. Yeah, very true. Coolio. So take care, my lovely ones, and we'll catch you later. Bye.